And here we are at, can you believe we're in double digits, episode 10?
No, actually, I can't.
Um,
We're growing up. We're in big boy numbers now.
you know, I mean, if big boy numbers would be 18, but, or,
I mean, fair, but
and we decided to have a new rule. Except Otto can't today, which we'll get into shortly. But we're going to start wearing wrestling shirts every time we do a wrestling podcast. Today,
That's right.
I have talked with Drew McIntyre.
And today I don't have one because I'm not doing video today because things happened yesterday.
Please sit down on the details.
I got something delivered to my house, which I'm very excited about. But in the process of moving the washer and dryers, I sliced my fork, and the reason I'm not doing video is because every time I just start bleeding, and my right eye is swollen shut, and I just dollars right now. If $1 million got punched in the face by Mike Tyson. So, but no, like my pulling up, there's just blood all over the place. I still need to clean blood up from my house everywhere. So that's why I'm not. But we did set up so next week I will be on video.
So I'm not gonna plan to edit or any. Hopefully this doesn't last 5 minutes or 5 years. My signal is 3 bars. You have 4 bars. Are you connected to your internet? Because I remember that being part of the issue too.
Damn.
Because you are cutting internet.
I checked. I checked. My internet's the right internet. I'm connected. I disconnected and connected again. I did all the same things I did last week.
Hopefully it'll work itself out, I guess. I don't know. If it gets worse, then I'm definitely we're gonna have to. What didn't you like restart your internet or restart your?
I restarted everything before we started this.
Really?
Yes.
Huh. All right. Well, hopefully it will get better and not get worse or something. So Xander has some major updates because I had my date on Saturday. And something else has majorly happened since then. So I'm not entirely sure because of everything on that we're going to get to Google Feed today. But anyway, so my date went, I thought, pretty well. I was a gentleman. I was, did offer or not offer. I opened the car door. I tried to, I opened the doors at where I had our date as often as possible. I tried my best to, let her pick what we were doing. But I feel like the way I did it kind of came off as I don't know. I feel like it came off kind of weird. Just, anytime she's like, well, what do we want to do? I'm like, whatever you want to do. That's, it just was like that happened multiple times. So I feel like it kind of came off as either me being or, me being too hard to try like let her do what she wanted. I don't know.
Right.
But at the end of the day, we should do it again sometime. Which my first thought was definitely not that exact date again because that was like $120 that I spent. That's an expensive date.
There are freer dates.
Yeah.
Like go to Thailand. It's pretty free.
I don't know what to say to that. It was kind of weird, and I'm not entirely sure how to feel about it. And maybe I don't know if this is too many detail to put again, I'm still not saying a name, I don't think yet. At the end of the date, I gave her something that I know that her and her mom really enjoy. I gave her like a bag of like there were like 4 bags of the hot chocolate kisses in there.
Good. Jeez.
Crap. That's awkward.
What?
That was my mother asking if I have Venmo or PayPal.
Oh. Awkward.
Because apparently Mimi and Poppy sent money through that. And so I'll have to tell her that no, I canceled the accounts because of their new policy.
Yeah.
Crap. Anyway, so the end of the date was so I mentioned I gave her that, said I got something for her and her mom because I knew that they both really liked those because I was bringing them to work. And it was because I was giving them to her partially because I was starting my date the following day, or starting my diet the following day.
Yeah. New date. Ended up doing because it's holiday.
When I gave her that, she came in, or she went in for a hug, and she kissed the arm of my jacket. What that meant, I did tell her before the date, I think like 2 days or something before the date, I mentioned, somewhat of my dating history was abnormal, and to an extent, I haven't, the short version is I still technically sort of haven't really had my first kiss. Maybe part of that was like she wanted to go for a kiss, but she knew that I might have been uncomfortable or not ready kind of thing. But during the date, one of the things that was mentioned is that she barely has any social media. One of the few that she had, which I'm pretty sure, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like I told you and Dylan that if I ever get Snapchat back, there's something wrong. That was one of the 2 social media things that she used was Snapchat. And then like 3 days ago, I got an email that somebody added me on Snapchat. A random person. I'm like,
really,
you know what? Screw it. Maybe that's my sign to get Snapchat back, and it's easier to get a hold of her that way. So we have been doing a little bit back and forth on Snapchat, not a lot because she is still busy, but.
Mm-hmm. Can you still hear me?
And I can, yeah.
Okay.
You can tell me if you think this was bad or not, or weird. I decided, so I did as I told you. I said, other than the storm, if you need a ride home, since I'm right here, rather than someone going from her house all the way to work, and then from work all the way to her house, I could, being that I'm closer, I could just go from here to base, or from here to her place. I could take her home. I offered to take her home or whatever.
Right.
Being that her car was down, but what I got this morning was she actually got a new car, and she couldn't wait for me to see it. So there's that at least.
Oh, there you go. I think you're in.
So here's the weird part. My response to that, which I didn't respond until 5 minutes ago, or right before we started this, I said, okay, well, that being said, with the storm coming, if you end up going to work on Friday morning and it's fine, and you need a place to crash so you don't drive all the way home, you can crash here.
You might have just fucked it up.
That, that might be a bit. Yeah, probably. I
see, but
prerequisited it with this might be weird, but just because the roads are more like, I don't know if you have anyone else closer other than me, but just because if the roads are that dangerous. And she did tell me on the date too that she doesn't have a lot of experience driving in the snow, so driving in the storm is part of it too. I'm like, not only does she not have a lot of experience driving in the snow, but we're supposed to have this giant storm.
Yeah.
So I can definitely, again, it might be, I mean, obviously, we're not going to be sleeping in the same place, but
right. I'd hope not.
Where was I going with that? Oh, and then so my other big news, which I kind of sort of hinted at a little bit through that, but not really. Turn my notification sound down, and I'll respond to my mom real quick. So I actually got fired. Monday. Monday. Yes, because it was Tuesday was the day I was supposed to have a decent 4 hours that I was supposed to work with her.
Yep.
So you want here? I'll get back to that in 2 seconds. Do you have anything you can talk about while I'm responding to my mother?
I actually do. I have some wrestling stuff that I don't know if you've seen yet. Which you
my
can
Google
just
feed
listen.
open, and I've been content. Just go.
So Alberto Del Rio, apparently I've never seen it, but apparently like every 6 months he's like, oh, never say never, I'm coming back to WWE. And he just keeps going on about like, oh, like we're in talks, like I'm coming back. It was said today that there is no interest in Alberto Del Rio. He is not coming back. So he's just been lying to the media, just being like, "Oh, we're in talks, and I'm gonna be back soon," and blah blah blah. No, there's nothing. No, they do not want him there. And he admitted in an interview, he's like, "Well, John Laurinaitis before he left wanted me back, but since Triple H took over, there's been nothing." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm sure there was nothing when John Laurinaitis was there too."
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's kind of the thing that I saw with Alberto. And that was very funny to me, honestly. Just like, oh, I'm coming back. No, you're not. I just that made me smile. And then there was the other. I can't remember their name right now, but they had that debut last night on Dynamite. That is an up and coming wrestler with like no indie background. Or if they have one, it's very little. So like you can't even go back and like see what kind of wrestler this person is.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Like you're literally bringing a star up from nothing. You know, because especially nowadays, you can be like, go onto YouTube and look up, oh, here's what Sammy Guevara did before, you know. But with this person, you can't like there's nothing, like there's no real wrestling history with them, which is kind of fun. I think. Wow, holy hell. But that's all the stuff I have, honestly, besides just my head being how it is. And
yeah, understandable. So you being fired. So the reasoning she gave was really stupid. And talking with my dad, he may have, basically figured out why to an extent. So first of all, I am not going to say the place yet because I'm not 100% sure that. How do I phrase this? I might be going to another place that's similar to them, maybe, possibly. And I don't want to completely. Anyway, my dad. Anyway, I gotta focus. All right, I'll respond. I gotta talk to my mom later, I guess. All right. So my 90-day probationary cheese and crackers. My 90-day probationary period was about over, if not really because I started the 27th of September. So I think and I think I was fired or that would have been like the 19th, I think, or 18th. Yeah, 19th. And so I don't know for when 31 was in October. So I think the 26th would have been my 90-day probationary period. So why is my calendar being dumb? Okay. 26. So it was literally a week before my probationary period was over. Which is supposedly why my dad thinks they fired me. Stressful.
We are not meant to do this during the day. I'm getting calls, you're getting things.
Yeah, no, this was a one-time situation, I think.
Yeah.
Basically. Just because of part of the storm is a big part of it.
Yeah.
Stressful.
The name of this podcast is now Bing Notification.
Week from my so what I was told is that it was because she had to speak with me twice within 2 weeks about something. That being said, the first time she spoke with me was more me wanting to speak with her because I was having an issue with the supervisor, not really yelling at me, but getting in at me for doing something the wrong way. As to which she then did it a couple days later that way and gave the exact same reasoning as to that I gave for why I did it. And then the day I apparently went to go to my boss about it, I've had it at somebody else for doing it. Come to find out, though, through talking through my boss with the, again, meeting that I asked for to talk about it, I was doing it properly. Yeah. And that she doesn't know why it was nothing was ever said. They were telling me because I was told that there was a new worst job I've ever had. Worst communication. There's no rules, really. And that's what really gets, that's why I was... Supposedly they have rules, but nobody follows them. Or, they break the rules for one little thing, and they're like, oh, that's okay. It's, whatever. No, each of the supervisors do. And so you do it one way with one supervisor, and you get, again, not really yelled at, but, they're like, nope, don't do it that way. Do it this way. And then you do it that way with the other supervisor, and they're like, nope, do it this way. And it's not a place to run. That's not how you run a place. But so anyway, the second time that I was supposedly talked to, again, first time I was right, and it was a meeting I asked for, basically. Second time, I had, you know what? I think at this point, I think I have to say where it was. So I was working at the cafe at the casino. That gives enough away that I'm not necessarily giving it away. A customer asked what soups we had for the day. So as per my every single time when someone asks, because in my mind it's helping us and them, because we've had a time where a customer has literally waited half an hour for cactus chili soup when we that day, and so they wasted all that time in line when they didn't end up getting anything else. I'm saving someone possibly half an hour. So he asked what kind of soup we have. I said, and my answer has always been, it's up on the board. We have we have beef barley and potato. So I guess he complained. That is the first time. Oh no, she replayed my snap. Okay. I was like, I thought she said she replied to my snap. Anyway.
This is great. This is the best podcast I think
we've ever had. This is not happening again. This is not going to work out.
This is the best podcast we've ever had.
Ben or Josh can do it is during the day.
This is the best podcast we've ever had.
I'm half tempted to start over, but we're already 20 minutes in.
We're 20 minutes in. We're not starting over. I refuse now.
Right.
That's the name of the podcast. We're not starting over.
I was planning on having it be like something along, Xander got fired.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, that too.
But send a snap response. Aha, stuff. Okay. Oh, yeah. Dang it. Today.
And I'm supposed to be the one that has.
Where was I at? Soup.
You were talking about soup up on the board, complained about it.
I said it was up on the board and did not mention that I told him anyway what it was. So I then had to discuss. I was pulled to the back after he complained, go talk about it. And again, I was polite about it. I'm always polite about it when I say that because, again, in my mind, I'm helping us and the customers. However, when I was pulled to the back to discuss it, I guess that was not in necessarily a clear mind. So I'll give them that credit. She asked, asked what happened. I explained, and she's like, "Okay, can you take that off of your?" I don't remember what phrasing she used, but she basically said, "Can you?" It's up on the board. And this specific supervisor has always been very proud of her 8 years in food service. So I would think at that point she would also know where I'm coming from. So I straight up said, no. I said, no, I cannot take it out of my repertoire. And I said it once. I didn't say it twice like I just now did. And she was taken aback by the fact that I said no. And she was like, what do you mean? And at that point, I was, again, not in the right headset at that moment in time. But that's not the reason I was given for why I was fired. My response at that point was just, I can go home. And she's like, yep, go. So that's what happened there. So again, if I maybe, would have been fired for, I would not even necessarily talking back to a supervisor, but, leaving early or, whatever, that would have made sense. But she said it was because she had to talk to me twice. Again, I scheduled the first meeting. It turned out I was in the right. So it is what it is.
Well, you weren't meant to work there, I guess.
Yeah. Well, again, it was literally the worst job I've ever had. It was just my new mindset on money from I was going to stick through it because it was a nice amount of money. The tips were decent most days.
Yeah.
So I was just going to stick through it for the money and see if I could, as I've been doing at most jobs at this point now, because I've had a little bit of experience with it, I wanted to maybe climb the ladder and change the obnoxiousness that place was. I want to make somewhere better, or apparently at this point, because I can't make things work in the. Oh, okay. She must have sent me a long snap too. I'm getting lots of snaps. It's great. I'm very tempted to just scratch it.
I can record later if you wanted to. It's up to you.
What do you mean?
Like later tonight after practice?
Well, yeah, but you don't know about the storm though. Whether you're gonna be at your mom's or.
Yeah, I will be at my mom's later. I do know that.
If I lose, if we or your mom loses power, then we're just.
That's true. We're keeping rolling with this.
Yeah,
we're going.
It might be. Maybe this should be. We should go back to our first episode title. Is this a botch?
Yeah. No. This one's called No. This is a botch. Like this in all caps. No, this is a botch.
Yes, there we go. Yep, I like it. That's what we're doing. All right. I feel like I have to open that snap now though, because I think she's probably on her lunch. However, if it's a video.
I hope it's a video. I hope it's a video. Please be a video.
And then also, I got the Chevy Sonic. It's a 2012. I love it. Absolutely love it. I got to drive it to work today. And I gotta say, she drives pretty good. And thanks for thinking about me. That's super sweet of you to offer. I'll definitely keep that in mind, but like I said, hopefully it doesn't get that bad. Because if it does, and we're talking about it, she said she didn't want me going.
Understandable. Have a nice day. So that seems like it's okay, I guess.
Yeah, that is the first time I've heard her voice too. I just heard her voice for the first time with the fans. Fair enough.
Yeah. Dylan also sent me a snap. The only reason he still has Snapchat is for his mom. All right. Stressful. All right. Focus. Here we go. We're at 25 minutes. First of all, Merry Christmas, everybody. Because it is December 22nd, so at this point it's going to be, Christmas. If you're, man, what is happening?
There we go. Everything went wrong.
Why? What happened now?
I got a call and I tried to ignore it, and usually it works.
Do we need to stop and do another two-parter?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. I didn't know who your phone call was.
It was Mom, but I explained what I'm doing, so.
Okay. Why is my computer? All right, let's take a look at Google Feed, see what we got. Oh, so I did yesterday, and as I told you, I had started watching one of my wrestling DVDs while I was trying to update 2K22.
Yep.
And I had started to watch the Royal Rumble Anthology 1991.
Yes.
It was painfully not capturing my attention. So I'm like, all right, let's find something else in here and put that in. I ended up putting in, it was like the best pay-per-view matches of all time, and it was made in 2012. So the first match, which I was not necessarily going to think was, I was going to be anything I was interested in at all, was John Cena versus The Rock from some WrestleMania.
Yep.
And let me tell you, that match captured me, and it was good.
Yes, I think that's the one where Rock.
Phenomenal.
I think that's the one where The Rock hurt himself really bad.
Oh, is it? I don't know if I had even never really heard about that, but again, that was before my time in wrestling. And then after that, the second one on there didn't really capture me. It was a women's match that was nope, I can't even remember the names. But anyway, and then it was Cody Rhodes versus help me out. Hello? Are you there? Did we lose you? I think we lost him. Cody Rhodes versus someone for the Intercontinental title. Not Edge, Christian. It was Cody Rhodes versus Christian for the IC title. It sort of got me a little bit interested, but more in the middle was kind of a I don't know. I was tired. I got done my side project that I was working on. 2K22 had finished updating. It was late. We knew we were doing this morning instead of so that one was interesting, but not enough to completely capture my attention. All right, Google Feed. I will start to pull some things up, and we will see. Hopefully, Otto gets back beforehand. I don't know if he had to answer a phone call or what he's doing, or if he's just having issues. I don't know. Open game license not going away. I don't know what any of that is. I'm not seeing a lot of news on top. Nothing super obnoxious that's worth pulling up. That's the results from Dynamite yesterday. Oh, that does remind me. Dynamite. During Dynamite, I started to watch Dynamite last night for the first time in forever. And then, that's when Otto bumped his head. And I just, as soon as that first match was over, and they went into like the aftermath of it, I kind of got very uninterested, like instantly almost. I don't know what it was. But there was an ad during that for the, and I think we've mentioned it on here, but I don't think we had a date at the time. We just knew 2023 early. And now we have January 15th for a Last of Us TV show on HBO. And now Otto has actually disappeared. Son of a monkey. This is not working today. I might stop recording. Otto just texted me. We'll see. No idea who left. But yeah, so Last of Us TV show on Hulu starts January 15th. So I'm excited for that. And I'm pretty sure Otto is too. I don't know if we want to, I don't know how bad spoilers are going to be for it, how big it's actually going to be in the media. But he's on his way back in. This is terrible. Hello.
Yes.
Welcome back.
This is just
No, yeah, this is terrible. This is a botch right here, but we're still posting it.
we're still posting it. I don't care. So what happened was I was talking right along with you, and then all of a sudden my phone was just like, "You're leaving the session." I was like, "Wait, what? Why?"
Oh, before that, you weren't talking with me.
I wasn't.
No,
I was talking right
I kept
along.
saying, I'm like, I don't know where he's at.
That's
because there was no
irritating.
sound whatever.
Grr. Okay. Well,
I don't know what you did, but you did something.
I didn't do anything. Man, what a show. You know what? The thing is, from this point, it can only go up.
Knock on some wood right now, bud.
Yep. Ow.
I could get a phone call. I could have my dad be like, "Hey, I'm coming." You know, I guess my stepmom is in the hospital again.
Wow.
He took her again today.
Wow. Okay.
So,
well, of course. So I will let you know that when I knocked on that wood, I reopened up the knuckle I busted on the drum head the other day.
Okay.
So, I'm bleeding from two things now. This is great. Everything's great.
Chelsea Green is coming back.
Yay!
I guess.
Wait, I thought she was already
because
back.
of the. No, I don't.
Who's
this
dating
article is this article is dated yesterday.
Who's dating the Viking Raider that came back?
The Viking Raider.
Yeah, I thought. It was
I know
Chelsea
who you're
Green.
talking about. You're not talking about the Viking Raider. You're talking about. Not Tegan Knox, not Chelsea Green.
I thought it was another Chelsea.
Emma. You're thinking about Emma.
Oh, okay.
And she's dating Madcap.
Yeah. I thought Chelsea Green was dating a Viking Raider, and she came back a few weeks ago and helped them with their tag team match or something, and she was going to be like the Lady Viking. And then
so this in particular article, which we talked about, but we didn't mention on the podcast because it hadn't happened yet. Because we did our podcast early last week.
Yep.
Mandy Rose was fired.
Yes,
for her, not OnlyFans, but that kind of product. It was on a different weird website that I never heard of. But apparently that's part of why Chelsea Green wasn't back. She had an OnlyFans, and she has now shut down her OnlyFans. So that's why her return to WWE is imminent.
So I saw something with Mandy Rhodes, and like she did an interview, and she's like, "I'm gonna be a self-made millionaire by January."
Supposedly, people are thinking she's coming to AEW. So I don't know. Well, she has a 90-day no compete clause still,
Right.
or 30-day, or whatever the heck.
Gotcha.
So check out
Nope.
prices. Let's see what else we got here. Niantic congratulates Pokemon Go hitting incredible milestone. What would that be that Niantic would be congratulating?
Was it you?
I wish. The game's level cap is 50, and trainers who play on a daily basis are still not even hitting level 40, let alone level 50. The required amount of experience needed to become compounded with required tasks after hitting level 40, making each new level sometimes months-long effort to achieve. However, a handful of players have actually managed to hit level 50, and Niantic has honored one of them with a personal shout-out.
Oh. What level are you?
I just hit level 40 not forever ago, but because
Yeah,
of
I
how
never
long it
reached
takes
level
to hit every level.
Yeah.
My dad is 47, and I think he's like 3 million away from 48.
Mm-hmm.
So he's definitely. I said something about, oh, you're getting close to 50. He's like, no, I'm not. Pokemon Go players have wondered if and when Niantic will raise the max level from 50 to 60. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Most people will. There will be people like my dad that will get there someday.
I'm going to get there.
Oh, cheese and crackers.
I'm going to go out of my way to get to level 60 and then just be like, yeah, I hate Pokemon. I hate this game.
Oh, man. Okay.
You imagine, though, if I just... like, they're like, oh, Otto did such a good job. He reached level 60 in Pokemon. I'm just like, yeah, I don't give a shit about this.
Bro, again, the amount of how hardcore the amount of money my dad spent on it. You don't have that amount of money, so it would take you even longer to get there.
That's right. Will I do it just despite the entire Pokemon community? Yes.
I have barely any wrestling news in my feed. Why is that?
There's not a lot of wrestling going on right now, man. I mean, like, off podcast, I was explaining to somebody.
This isn't real. Clickbait. And I don't know how to feel about it. I'm going to click on it and see what it says. The name of the article, which is what you will instantly know why I think it's clickbait. Arrow star Stephen Amell wouldn't mind suiting up again after all.
Who wouldn't mind?
Stephen Amell coming back as the Arrow.
Interesting.
He recently spoke about the possibility of reprising the role in a newly rebooted movie universe.
Okay.
If you want to be part of the DCEU, I'd probably just want to play the Green Arrow in there. I mean, are they still separate? Didn't we have two Flashes in the Arrowverse at one point? So, yeah, it's true. That's true.
That's true.
I'd say if I had to pick one, I'd pick my own movie. So he would want a Green Arrow movie.
Yep. Accurate.
Okay. Just in general, to show blood because I could kill 30 people in an episode, but we weren't allowed to ever show blood or a broken bone or say a swear word or anything.
Well, fuck.
Well, have a nice day.
Yeah. I feel like some superhero things need to have some blood and some swears in them because superheroes aren't perfect.
Right.
You know, like there's got to be something in there.
Mm-hmm.
For us people who like deathmatch wrestling or garbage wrestling, as a lot of people say.
Sure, let's go with that. 43-year-old superstar reportedly on his way back to WWE.
Oh, damn. Who is it? Brock Lesnar. No, he's 45, I think.
Oh, we've already talked about this, not on the podcast, but Eric, or no, we did. Yeah, no, that was last week's podcast. We talked about Eric Young.
Oh yeah.
Because he's
Oh yeah,
supposed to be
because
coming back
I was talking.
for sanity.
Yeah, because I talked about how he got stabbed to death on Impact.
Yeah. Media
Ah.
experts predict this company is WWE. What?
Mm.
Media expert with Sports Business Journal has predicted that a certain media company is laying the groundwork to purchase WWE.
Nope.
WWE isn't actively looking to sell. Um,
I still think back to the year that like I had it was April Fool's and I didn't realize what day it was and I saw a news report and a video from a reputable source that said Disney bought WWE.
Oh yeah. So I guess they think you or NBC Universal is actually going to be purchasing WWE.
Hmm. Well, they're already on Peacock, so
Yeah, that'd
suck.
I don't know how to feel about that.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be as excited as if Disney bought it, but
Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Not finding a lot of stuff today.
yeah, today is not a great because honestly, like the two things that I talked about earlier was it. Like even
I
in like
told
the wrestling news that
you,
I
like when I was
see,
at your house the other day that you had to find stuff.
yeah.
That's
We
all
still
you
gotta.
found.
That's all I found, man. Well, I could talk a little bit about Lorna Shore's "Pain Remains" on Twitter is in running for album of the year
Mm-hmm.
against Death Omen's "Peace of Mind" album, which I'm 1,000% going to be voting for Lorna Shore. I didn't
Backstage
think.
update on Edge's status.
Mm,
Uh,
I didn't think that Bad Omens would make it this far in the process, but if you're not following the Red Herring on Twitter, you should. He has a lot of fun, interesting music news and polls, and he's got like a whole bracket for EP of the year and album of the year. It's pretty cool. So go follow him.
Edge versus Balor rumored for Rumble, which out. So
Yep.
this article is very worded stupidly, but that does remind me. So this is going to be our last podcast episode. Well, normal. This is a very bad episode, but the last normal podcast episode for the end of the year. Because next week, which will be December 29th, we're going to do it as more of a, whoops, that's not what I wanted to do, as a year wrap up.
Yes.
For those who haven't seen our old What's Up episodes, we're going to more talk about the big music hits, the big TV hits, big movies, big wrestling, all and wrapped up.
All
Wrap
in
up
one
everything for the last year.
beautiful
And
little
then-
present.
What we want to happen next year, what we know is going to happen next year, like upcoming movies.
In a 6-hour spectacular podcast.
I don't know if that's going to happen. I do expect it to maybe be 2 hours, possibly.
6
Well,
hours.
we used to do our old wrap-ups in, it was about an hour 15
About an hour.
maybe.
Yeah.
But now that I'm a little more into wrestling and, things are different now, maybe.
6 hours spectacular. If we do this podcast for 6 hours, I will kill myself. That's a joke, everybody. I'm fine.
I was going to say, like, knowing what we know with one of our other mutual friends, I don't know if right now is a good time to mention that as a joke.
True. You're right. I didn't think he listened, but
I don't think he does either, but it's still,
You're right. You're right.
I know Josh starts to listen now.
Yep.
Now that we are a video podcast, which again, That's going to be kind of funny, actually, that you're going to be doing video for the year wrap up.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be my first time on video. Hopefully my face has healed up. Because if it hasn't, I'm going to be mad.
Right?
It should by then. I think today it's just like I'm sore and,
Yeah.
you know.
So.
But the storm happening.
Big that I'm leaving out that I wanted to mention.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't think of what it is.
Of course not.
Anything...
Oh, by the way, really quick before I forget, for those keeping track at home, I'm still on episode 6 or whatever I was on Rumble last time. I'm still on the same one.
I think that's exactly what it was, probably.
I'm still on whatever I said on the last podcast. I'm still on that one.
Yeah.
I want to say it's 6.
That's what you told me last night.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Episode 6.
Okay.
I just checked where I was. Still Royal Rumble 6. Hopefully, I'm gonna watch another one while I'm cleaning up and packing up stuff.
Don't forget, you got a coffee date at 2:30 or whatever.
Nope, I do not know.
Oh, okay.
That was one of the messages I got during. Is he's gonna reschedule that?
Okay.
So.
All right.
Yeah, my day is going just as good as the podcast is.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you know what? It's all going to be good.
Okay, I got a question for you.
Okay.
Since that snap that I sent this morning didn't seem to also scare her off, should I ask if she'd be interested in maybe sometime after work, just coming over here anyway, just for like a couple hours and like
Not yet.
A Christmas movie date
Not
kind
yet.
of thing?
If you put it like that, maybe.
Yeah, just like maybe cuddle, watch. I don't know if she's much of a cuddler or anything, but
no, you do not mention that you want to cuddle.
What do you mean I don't mention that I want to cuddle?
You don't mention that. That's weird.
Xander's a big cuddler. Xander loves cuddling.
Yes, you are, but that's weird to mention. You don't mention that.
Okay.
It happens in the moment. You don't mention it.
What if before I asked, her thoughts are on cuddling first?
No, you don't. No.
But I'm not smooth enough to just like do it while we're watching movies. I'm not that smooth.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not. Like when I was dating Sammy, my sister, when we were getting along, basically forced Sammy and I to start cuddling.
Right.
And when I was Hannah, like
I just don't want you to scare her off.
I don't either, but at the same time, like I think at this point she knows that I'm.
I guess she knows you're very upfront.
Yeah, upfront, honest, abnormal.
If you're gonna do it, I guess ask her first. I don't think you should do it, but
understood.
If you're gonna do it, at least ask her like how she feels about cuddling first, and then invite her over. That looks, I guess, a little less creepy. Still creepy, but a little less, I guess. I don't.
My big thing is, again, this place is still. I don't think there's anything I can do unless I. Ooh, well, there was a storm coming up. I was gonna say I need to borrow my dad or my stepmom's car and trailer to try and get more of her stuff out of here, like they've been talking about.
All right.
But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I guess if you do it that way, it's a little less creepy. You're still gonna be creepy, but a little less.
So, I think we're gonna also end this train wreck a little early because apparently I need to use the restroom.
Yeah, and apparently this is a great podcast.
Xander has finally figured out a sign-off.
Yes, he has.
Excited for it.
All right. So
it's because this is a wrestling podcast mostly. It's mixed something from wrestling and whose line is it anyway? Help me out here.
I don't remember, man.
I think it's
All right. Well,
Ding dong. Goodbye.
please like, comment, subscribe, whatever you kids do nowadays. Follow our link trees in the description of this Freak Show podcast. If you enjoyed it, what's wrong with you? If you didn't enjoy it, what's wrong with you? And we'll see y'all in the next one.